Hey, hey, my February 1st Aqua babies. Happy born day to all of you. How you doing? Today is your big day, and Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot is coming back to celebrate with you guys. As I have mentioned right before this, I had uploaded your spread out and showing you your virtual cupcake in honor of your day. But not only do Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot kind of bring you a virtual cupcake in honor of your day, but as usual, my MO is that I do kick off any birthday that falls on the first of a month. I also bring to you what I call my bonus birthday 3-part reading. And so you guys, you AQUA'S who have a birthday today, I am here to bring you your weekly reading pertaining to the areas of your personal and spiritual development to growth, followed by love and relationships, and then we will close out with what's going on with your money and finances. So we're going to see exactly what's coming up for you guys for the week, as this is a weekly reading. But please bear in mind that this is a general for the collective of you AQUA'S. But at any time that you feel inclined and you feel that you want something more on a personal reading, tapping into your own unique energy, well, just for you that may not know, especially if you're new coming onto this channel for the first time, and by the way, to any viewers that are coming across this channel to get this reading, I welcome you. Hopefully that the messages that's coming in today for you will be helpful, and that your viewership will turn it into subscribing to this channel. Welcoming you aboard on this MIGT train. So as I was going to say is that, what was I going to say? Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, pertaining to the fact that if at any time you do want your own, I cannot talk. Oh, by the way, we're going to try this again. At any time that you guys want your own personal reading, I am open for private sessions. The information will be linked in the description box, so that at any time you feel that you want to reach out to allow me to tap in further to your own personal energy in your situation, I am open and will be more than happy to serve you in giving you your own personal reading. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there, because like I said, this is a general, and for the most part, for some of you, this may resonate. And why I am very confident in saying that is a few things. One of which, just before we get right into your spread, okay? And I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet and to the point, because you guys got your your day cut out for you in whatever way and how you celebrate it. But I want to mention, it would be kind of weird if I didn't mention that there is something else going on with you Aquarius. If you did not know, for those that already have followed me, and if you have by in any way, a few days ago, there was a full moon. But along with that full moon, I also incorporated the planet Pluto that happened to come into you guys' sign, Aquarius, back on January 20th of this year. So it wasn't that long ago, just recent, a couple of days ago, the planet Pluto arrived in you guys' sign, which means that in addition to that full moon, and for the next 20 years, and I repeat, that Pluto in Aquarius arrived January 20th, but will be in you guys' sign for the next 20 years. That makes it a game changer. So I had to bring that up, because even though this will be a weekly energy in terms of what will come up for you guys the week of February 1st, but with the planet Pluto in you guys' energy for the next 20 years, that means, one, that even though you guys may not see any of what is happening for you guys in terms of what is coming up in the cards for you, it could happen for you within later on this year. It could happen weeks from now. It could happen in the next year or 2 years from now, because I did ask Spirit to incorporate that planetarian energy for you guys. Okay, so like I said, for some, you may feel this change already. You will feel it during the course of this week, but for surely you will at some point see how this reading for your birthday, for those that have that birthday today, it will kind of shift and change for you. I have people in my lives that are Aquarius, and I have done a reading for them, and they mentioned that they been feeling a shift but couldn't understand why. After I explained to them about Pluto energy that is going on, it made sense to them. So you guys, from the jump street, I'm letting you know that you do have Pluto in your energy. So you may have already, as I feel that a portion of you will have already been feeling that, and if not, you will feel it. All right, so that was important for me to just let you know right out the gate that you got Pluto in your energy. And so when you think about Pluto being in your energy for the next 20 years, and as well other planetary energies, particularly when it comes to the moon phases, the full moon and then the new moon, you incorporate. We get the phases of both the full moon and the new moon each month. So do the math and kind of figure out, okay, for the next 20 years, with 2 cycles of both the full moon and the new moon, impacted by the influence of Pluto's energy, you guys are definitely going to feel changes from here on out. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right, but it's something for you to really keep in mind so that you can understand the changes, because you guys are going to constantly be going through changes, but they will be, for the most part, they're going to be for the positive. Okay, there may be some challenges in between, but collectively what I do see is that it's change for the better, changes that you're going to be happy with. Okay, so I hope that it was like some kind of a consolation upon hearing me telling you about the planetary energies that you're going to be undergoing for the next 20 years. Okay, but let's focus on this week. All right, so let us get started. I got through that nice and smoothly finally. So we're going to tap into what is going to be taking place for you guys for this week, today, February 1st, and see what's coming up. So your week is including the weekend, because today is Thursday, and so you guys are close to the weekend, so you might be feeling some of what is going to come out for you starting, if not, like currently today or tomorrow. You might be going through this for the weekend or even days after. Okay, so let's tap into the first area. The first area is going to be pertaining to the personal and spiritual development to growth that is going to be happening for you. So the energy message that I got when preparing for this area is embrace your newfound happiness and know that your choice was divinely guided or will be. All right, let me repeat that again. The message here overall, based upon what have come out for you, embrace your newfound happiness and know that your choice was divinely guided or will be. All right, so that's what we got. So the first card that came out to symbolize what the overall energy, what was set the tone, the theme for you guys for this week, you guys got the 9 of water, which equates to the 9 of cups. And so basically, it's all about wishes, dreams, maybe if they haven't come to be, you have been praying for it, right? But it's also about your zeal, your zest as well for life, because it is pertaining to a change, a decision that you guys are going to be making when it comes to your personal life. Okay, now it's going to be different for all of you, of course, because I am reading for the collective, which is a general. Take what resonates for you, but on a personal level, there's a decision that you guys are going to be making. Okay, now the 2 cards that came out behind that overall theme for you guys for the week, that of the 9 of cups, you guys got the 9 of pentacles and the page of wands. Okay, so in this, from these 2 energies, based upon that 9 of cups, you guys, because the cups is also, by the way, is connected to the water sign, but water sign represents emotions, right? So I feel that when it comes to love, okay, I picked that up strongly enough. And by the way, I want to mention that there's a nervousness that is going on with you guys pertaining to a decision that I feel that you guys already know that you will have to make, but you're nervous. Why I said it, because while I was shuffling the cards fell out. It just like fell out, and I had to kind of collect it, pick it up, and reshuffle again. But to me, that was like an omen of a sign that says that you guys was nervous. That is what I got from when the cards fell like that. So whatever this personal decision is that you guys will be making coming up, if not this week, afterwards or later on, don't be nervous, because basically it's going to lead to your overall happiness. You will find out later that the decision that you have made, because maybe for some of you, you already made the decision. So for some that you already made a decision about some area in your personal life, then this week or even beyond that will just mean that you will then be preparing, or I should say adapting to the changes, right? Because remember, the energetic message is a newfound what was it? It was a newfound, you embracing your newfound happiness. And so that happiness basically is that for some of you, you will be single. You are changing your status, which means that you are coming out of some sort of a relationship, perhaps, right? And I feel that with the Page of Wands, you guys are focused now on you. If you look closely, this imagery here is focused on this wand. Wands represents that of the element of fire, right? But it's the attitude. Both of these energies is representing you guys' attitude, that you have come into your loving yourself, okay? That is like the overall theme actually that I got from all of these areas of your life, that is coming down to you loving yourself, self-worth, self-discipline, and behind your decision, you are going to, it's almost like you made a decision and you're going to stand on that. You're not going to fall back, even though you are nervous about it, but overall, you're going to see that you made the decision. But the Page of Wands is, if anything, pages bring messages. So I would say that this is a message to yourself, that it was time for you to make this change, to release yourself out of a situation with a person that no longer made you happy. So you are embracing your happiness, all right? So that is what I got with those two energies based upon your overall energy for the week behind the Nine of Water, all right? So I hope that made sense. Now, we're going to shift down to now, being that you have made that decision for yourself, going towards your overall happiness and fulfillment. And by the way, when I look at the top of the deck, that those energies came out of, you do have here the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups equates to that of the Nine of Cups. You're going for your happiness. You're going for your fulfillment. So you're putting yourself first. And as I always say, when you make a decision toward your happiness, that equates to your inner peace. To go ahead and give yourself a congratulations, because it's not easy to do that, right? Maybe if you have come out of a relationship, it might not have been easy to do, and that's why I picked up that nervous type of energy. But know that at the end, you are worthy of it, right? You are worthy of love. So to self-love yourself, right? It equates to self-love, self-care, and self-discipline. So you are disciplining yourself, your work, to know of removing yourself and letting people go that do not love you back, if that makes sense, okay? Now we're going to see how that will help you when it comes to your own spiritual journey, right? We all have a journey in life when it comes to our higher self. Our higher self is that of our spiritual quest, right? And so the first card that came out, which was very interesting, which kind of, I always mention throughout my readings, I love it when my card synchronizes, because your soul's journey for this week and beyond is happiness. This is coming from the soul's journey deck toward your spiritual quest. Your journey will be toward happiness. And that is what that overall energy of the Nine of Water is about, you in search of your own inner peace, which leads to your happiness. And so that's a very good thing. So go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. Now, back. I said back. All right. Now, the universe wanted to further give you some more positive messages behind that. And remember when I mentioned that I felt that some of you are nervous about a decision that you will make? Well, the universe says, trust in your new path. All will work out for you. Isn't that beautiful? So you got the universe support. So don't be nervous. Whatever decision you made, remember in the message, I said it was divinely guided, or that it will be. So for those that have not made a decision yet, and this is something that you are in the process of doing, know that whatever you decide, it was divinely guided. And you have the universe, your angels, and your spirit guides support there. Now, as we close out on that, we have, in terms of asking spirit, the last final guided message for you guys pertaining to your soul's journey and what course of action is needed. You guys got courage and bravery. All right. So that is connected, by the way, to the energy of the Page of Wands. Okay, because courage and bravery in tarot is connected to that of the lion, which is Leo's energy. So you guys are, you can say, representing that fierce, that determined, that very courageous and brave type of energy. Or you will be if you're kind of nervous. But even if you're nervous, it's like you are going full-fledged. You are focused on adjusting to what you need to do. And you are determined behind the decision that you're about to make, that you're not going to fall back on that decision. Okay? So that is to be very well congratulative of you guys, for those of you that this part of the reading resonates for. Okay, now we're going to move over now to love and relationships, and the energy message that I got behind that area is love yourself. It kind of carries over, always the personal, whatever I picked up, it carries over into the love, because that is connected to your personal area of your life, right? So the message is love yourself by letting go of a person that did not appreciate your value. And that is very important. 1 second. All right. So the two cards that came out was the King of Pentacles and the Major Arcana of the Hanged Man. All right. Let's talk about what the King of Pentacles represents. Now, by the way, I want to say that during the shuffling of this deck of the cards, what came out of this deck was, I saw during a pre-shuffle, was the Three of Cups. So I will say that for some of you, pertaining to loving yourself, remember in the personal, I mentioned that some of you just have come out of a relationship. I think part of it might have been due to a third party interference. So for some of you, you might have been dealing with some sort of a third party situation. And so when it comes down to that, loving yourself is what is of importance. Because if you look at this King of Pentacles here, this king is looking straight at that pentacle. But let's talk about what the pentacle itself represents. Pentacles in tarot is connected to that of earth energy, okay? But pentacles of earth, it's about money, yes. It's about, though, stability. It's about security. It's about something that you're building on to be solid, right? But also, when you think about a pentacle, you think about the value of it. And this is what I'm seeing, that you guys are looking at your self-value, your self-worth. So if, in fact, you were involved in a third-party situation, or if you was not, if you were mistreated, disrespected, and whatever it is that you had to make that decision to let them go, at the end, you saw your worth. Okay? So always know that whenever it is that you are not going to agree with somebody else's behavior, it's like, okay, everybody has free will, right? And so free will, sometimes it can leave us abandoned, it can leave us hurt. But it's nothing we can do with other people's actions. But what we can control is the actions that we bring toward what we are trying to do. And if that means that we have to walk away, let go, or if the person walked or left you, then it was meant to be that way, because then you got to see your worth and your value. But I feel that for most of you, you are or will be making that decision to detach and to walk away because you know your worth and your value. All right? Now, to confirm that, I pulled out a love oracle, and under the King of Pentacles, and the message was there, you got hammer. So technically, I don't read reverse cards, but I definitely can pick up like the opposite energy. So this to me is like the reverse energy of hammer. Whereas some of you, and you know what? Some of you may have been willing to try to work on something, right? But at the same time, I feel that once you guys have seen that you was not treated in the way that you wanted and you wasn't looked upon of value, I believe that some of you will decide or have decided to stop working on it, because hammer is like working on it, being persistent. So for some of you, you were maybe persistent for a minute to kind of work on a relationship. Now, because we got the pentacles here and the hangman, some of you might have been dealing with someone of earth energy, okay? Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Don't have to be, right? It's just representing of what it means for you when it comes to that pentacle, your self-worth and self-value, all right? And then as we wind down to see what your angels have to say pertaining to that love oracle of hammer, here is forgiving and learning. And the message here is, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So no, like anything else, right? When one door closes, another opens up. So when it comes to love, if one love person walks out your life, or that you are walking out of that, know that there's always the potential to open up and attract someone else that will value you. All right, now let's talk about that hangman energy. Okay, we got the hangman. Now the hangman represents you reflecting, you taking a pause, you knowing and deciding and figuring out, because it's in reverse. The person is hanging upside down, right? But it's getting clarity. It's getting the answers. Now, for some of you, you have already gotten the answer because you already made a choice. For others of you, during this period of time, this week or even afterwards, you will be figuring out, making a decision if you should stay, if I should go, if I should let them stay, or if I should let them go. And I feel that with the next card that came out, the Love Oracle, you guys will know when you come back upside down, it's like that light bulb will go off and say, they have to go. And the Love Oracle that came out was ask. Okay? You're going to remove them, because it says here a breakup. So some of you will be breaking up and separating, stopping the pattern of disrespect, stopping the pattern of disloyalty, stopping the pattern of letting this person be in your life when you really know that they should not be, right? Stopping the pattern of, perhaps arguments, having constant arguments, stopping the pattern of feeling maybe abandoned in some sort of way. Whatever that means for you, you are stopping it. You are ending it, and you are moving on, all right? And then your angels want you to know it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love. And so you are gifting yourself with the energy of love. Love is the highest vibrational energy that exists, is love. And when it comes to you loving yourself, that is the ultimate gift that you can give to yourself. Okay? It is safe to love. So like I said, you guys will be at some point, when you are releasing and letting go someone, know that it opens doors for you to attract, right? We don't want to chase, but we can just be open to it, right? Because when you're open to it, that means that you are attracting. When you chase, that means that you are, when you're looking, you are chasing, right? You don't want another chase love. But just know that when you are open to it, it just means that you are embracing that energy of attracting, okay? Even after being abandoned, even after coming out of a relationship that really didn't bring you happiness, but it brought you pain. It brought you sadness. It brought you a sense of unfulfillment. All right. So that is what I got there in that area. Now let us close out with the last area, and that is money and finances. So let's see what's going on there. Now the energy message that I got there is, ready or not, a change is happening, but for the positive. That was very clear and straight to the point. A change is happening, but the changes will be for the positive. Okay. Now, yet again, I want to say that when I shuffled the cards to pull out what was going to be coming in pertaining to this area, something happened that never happened before. Even when I do my own personal spread for myself, it never happened. What happened was that the cards, I didn't want to stop shuffling, especially when it come down to the very last card. But overall, it's going to tap into what I feel when it comes to this area, basically, is that I kept shuffling the cards. I wouldn't stop. That never happened. Like, I constantly shuffled. Even some of the cards fell out. But it's like I put them back in the deck, and I shuffled, and I shuffled, and I kept on shuffling. They came out again. They fell out my hands, and I had to pick them up, and put them back in to shuffle again. It repeated quite a few times. So I'm like, what is going on? Why did that happen? So I got the omen of the sign that was stubbornness, resistance. I didn't want to stop. So when it comes to this area, and it's all going to make sense in a second, that for some of you, you are at a job or in a career, particularly a job, more so than career, because the job is going to transition to a career. And what I mean by that is that for some of you, you are at a job that you are not happy with. You are at a job, speaking about disrespect, it's almost like all the messages is kind of tipping over into the next area of your life. We just came off love and relationship about you not being respected and you knowing your self-worth. That energy is still spilling over when it comes to your money and career, because intuitively I felt that with me not wanting to stop, some of you guys are stubborn and not wanting to make a change. That's why the energy message was that ready or not. So whether you are ready to make a change or not of your own free will, so to speak, a change is coming. Okay, because for some of you, you already know that you are dealing with a boss that don't value you. You are almost like overworked and underpaid, or you are dealing with a boss or workers that you work with. There might be arguments. There might be pettiness that's going on. There might be not seeing eye to eye on something. Or maybe when you bring an idea or suggestion, it's overlooked and you are not really being valued. So I feel that for some of you, that there is a change that is going to take place. And surprisingly enough, after all of that shuffling and going back and forth, you'll be surprised what came out. It kind of freaked me out. But let's talk about the energies that did come out behind work and career or finances. What came out was the Page of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Okay? So the Page of Cups, to me, is where I feel that for some of you, this could be an offer, absolutely, because of course, like anything with any of the cards, it's always going to be more than one meaning. So generally, pages brings news of something. It also could be an apology. It also can be an offer. But I feel that this is you guys. You guys, to me, is showing up as a Page of Cups, because I feel that you are feeling like you are undervalued. You're underappreciated. You're getting very little attention, and you're getting very little for the work that you are putting in, if that makes sense. And so I feel that at some course, during either this week, for some, it's going to be something that you will make a decision upon for this week. But for others of you, this might be coming up within the next month or some course doing within this year. But remember, like I said, this is a weekly, but the result behind this can happen for some of you later on in the year. But the message here is that you will make a decision to leave this employment place, leave this job, and that you will finally stand up for your rights. For some of you, you might be verbally talking to your boss or your supervisor, whoever's in charge, standing up for your rights. But at the end, I feel that you will stand up for what you know is right for yourself and not backing down. And what does that really mean? That I feel that some of you are going to leave your job and kind of go into like an entrepreneurship. You're going to work for yourself. You're going to become your own boss. Well, so for some of you, you're going to just make that decision to start your own business. Okay, for some of you, maybe you have already started your business and maybe it hasn't been going too well, and it's going to kind of like maybe it's been slow, and maybe, you know, it's like a side business where you still have your day job, but you're trying to kind of like get it growing. That is your personal, you know, business. And then when you see that it's really taking off, then you quit. But for some of you, it's going to be the other way around, where you are currently working at a place that you're not happy with, and you're going to just decide to make the decision, you know what, I can do bad all by myself. Or if I feel unappreciated, it's something that I'm doing for myself, if that makes sense, right? I don't need this bull from somebody else. So for some of you, during this period of time, you will be stepping out into that entrepreneurship kind of position and working for yourself and not for someone else. Okay, so that's a very good thing. All right, and I would like to know, anytime that you feel that this is what is going on with you now, let me know in the comment section. Now, as we close out, I close out with pulling from the Angels of Abundance to see exactly what was the overall message and what would be the outcome of this area. And what came out, this was the deck that I had been shuffling and didn't want to stop. What came out was employment change. All right, isn't that something? The message under employment change is this: your career path is leading you in a higher direction. I'm gonna stop there. So like I said, for some of you, you will be leaving a job to step into a career. That would be like your own personal business. You're, you know, being an entrepreneur, right? Or if it's not that, you will be leaving that job and going into another job where you know you will be appreciated and be valued, if that makes sense, okay? But it says, with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So that is the message that your Angels of Abundance have for you. So again, when it comes to a choice, and that seems to be the overall theme for you guys for this week, and it definitely is going to be for you guys for the rest of this year and beyond, okay? So congratulations and making a choice that is going to bring you overall happiness, because really this should have been the overall theme, but I didn't start off with this deck. You guys, this is what it's all pointing to. You guys are finding your happiness, okay? And again, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back for that improvement, that accomplishment, okay? Because it's going to be for the better. Sometimes when we make a decision, we don't see maybe if we made the right decision, but then later on it's like, I made the right decision and I'm glad that I made it, because you have your spirit guides next to you guiding you. They're not going to guide you in the wrong direction. Even if it's redirected, to be redirected don't mean it's wrong. It's just that it needed to be redirected, especially if we didn't have the courage to do so. All right, so I hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know. First and foremost, send some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like. That really shows your appreciation. Share with anyone that you feel these messages would be for. And again, for emphasis, if, by the way, you wanted to kind of, while gleaming over this reading of the messages for the collective, at any time that you feel that, again, you want something a little bit more personal to see what it will really mean for you for this week and beyond, I am open for private sessions. Go ahead and just let me know in the comment section. Information will be there. All right, I would love to be of service to you to bring further clarity and guidance to you. All right, my Aquarians, I hope this reading was very helpful. Until the next solar return year for my February 1st Aquarians, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful, amazing, and a memorable born day. Go ahead, celebrate, be safe, and know that at the end, happiness is definitely the best decision that you will make for yourselves. All right, until next one, peace, love, and light. Bye-bye.